I want to tell a very short story that pertains to why this party is taking place. It's not as rehearsed as my other ones, so it's not going to be as good as what I'm trying to say. But thank you for bearing with me. As I think you know, I like to drive the number 7 at nighttime, and one of my favorite shifts is the midnight 7 leaving downtown going to Rainier Beach. Those of you bus drivers who are here, I can tell you about this piece of work because it doesn't exist anymore. You know how that goes. So this is the midnight 7 that leaves downtown and goes to Rainier, and the reason I like it is because the people that are on it, it's a lot of restaurant people and service workers and stuff, and they're very interested in going home because it's 12 o'clock at night. And then you also have a bunch of what I call non-destination passengers. In the common parlance, that would be sleepers for whatever reason need to be spending time on the bus and sleeping and so on. One of those gentlemen comes up to me and says, excuse me, I'm very thirsty. Do you have anything to drink? And I say, yeah, I've got my water bottle, but it's half empty, and I don't know if you really want a half-empty water bottle. But he's thrilled. He's so ready to drink water, and he takes it and he goes in the back of the bus, starts drinking all kinds of water. Meanwhile, we keep driving the route, and halfway through, a very old, very spry East Asian woman gets on the bus. She doesn't speak any English, but what she likes to do when she rides my bus is give me food, rather than paying fare. I wish all passengers did this. This should become a rule. Usually she gives me stuff that I can actually eat, but tonight she gives me Red Bull. And I don't need Red Bull at 12 o'clock in the morning. And I think probably most of you know I don't consume much in the way of stimulants because I'm already this excited. You don't want to see me with Red Bull. But she's not giving me a Red Bull. She's giving me a gift of acknowledgement. She's offering thanks in tactile form. So I accept her thanks by way of Red Bull and put it in the little cup holder to my left, and we carry on. Right after that, the guy who was in the back of the bus drinking water comes up to me to the front for no other reason than to personally thank me for, thank you so much for the water. It was a really big deal. I'm paraphrasing, he says that a little more profanely, but the sentiment is there. He's really happy. And I'm thinking about the irony of I just gave away a drink of mine, and then I've just been given a new drink in the form of Red Bull. And it occurs to me that I should give this guy the Red Bull. And I say, listen, I know it's the middle of the night, but do you want some Red Bull? He's overjoyed. He's like, I got on the right bus tonight. And he goes to the back of the bus and starts drinking a whole bunch of Red Bull, and he's feeling really good. But the old Chinese woman has noticed that interaction. I was hoping that she would not see that I just gave away her tactile thanks. And she doesn't wait until the end of the ride to come up and talk to me about it. She comes up right that moment. And she doesn't speak any English, so this conversation takes place entirely by way of hand gestures. But she says, Nathan, why did you just give away my gift of Red Bull, which I went out of my way to give to you? And I reply, also using hand gestures, trying to communicate, I appreciate the gift of Red Bull, but I'm kind of okay, and this other guy is not okay, and he needs all kinds of help. One of those pieces of help you could benefit from is Red Bull, which I have given him. And after a little more interaction, she sort of actually got the duplicity of what was happening. She had given me a drink, and now I was the old Asian lady, and the guy in the back was Nathan Voss. And she understood, and I got that we were able to communicate that sort of meta transference without using spoken language. She got off the bus, and then at the end of the line, I went to the back of the bus, and the guy was asleep, and I woke him up and I said, how are you sleeping? You just had a Red Bull. That's impossible. And he looked at me and he said, I actually am that tired. And talking to him at 12:48 a.m., I continued talking with him a little bit more, and it hit me how much these little actions I had made were for him. It had cost me nothing to give away this Red Bull that I wasn't going to drink, and there was open space on the bus for him to sleep. This was happening at no cost to me, but he was benefiting greatly. It was a small gesture that meant a lot to him. And thinking about small gestures, okay, so when I was in Paris, it did not occur to me when I was missing in Paris that people would be particularly concerned that I was gone. That may sound silly now, but it was a total surprise when I finally found a computer that worked to just come upon hundreds of letters and emails. And how did you guys get me to be trending on Twitter? That's unbelievable. But I'm overwhelmed by that amount of concern. And this I don't have birthday parties very often because I think they're kind of self-aggrandizing and ostentatious. This is not about me turning 30. This party is a celebration of all of you guys, and all of this stuff that's happening, the food and everything else, is a small gesture from me that does not equate the amount of gratitude I have for all of your guys' concern. Thank you for being here. Please eat more food. There's more forks. Also, there's a bunch of new pictures on the wall. Nobody has seen those before. They're brand new. Some of them are from Paris, some are not. Those two pictures there are drawings, a couple of pencil drawings. Check them out. I hope you like them. Thank you for taking time and figuring out the buses or the parking and all that. I love you all.